Skibbity skiddly up, biddly up. Welcome once again to the Shlicketty Doo. The Shlicketty Doo. Shlicketty Doo. All right. Hey, how you doing, folks? Welcome to episode 78. Oh my gosh. Wow, we're doing all right. Hanging on in there, I say. Looking good, everybody. Looking good. Looking good in the neighborhood. Looking good. I like you guys. Thanks for tuning on in. I'm Aaron Forsyth, Shlicketty Doocast. I got my buddy, old Mike Anderson, my old pal. Look at him over there. Here he is.
There I am. Coming here.
There he
to make
is.
the thing happen.
We're doing it.
All right, what are we doing? We're doing episode
78.
78.
I got nothing. We're done. All right. Let's go home.
All right, the weekly hanging out, doing the Doocast.
Yeah.
The Shlicketty Doocast.
I got some randoms in case we run out of stuff to talk. What do we got for updates, though? What did we do? Okay, last week I caught you all up on New York City. That's all out of the way.
For the most part. You talk generally about the New York City. Did you talk about the sort of like, the arts New York City that you were also sort of, trying to get a feel for and make contact with?
We did a little bit in that past 3 episodes ago. But yeah, I mean, the village, oh gosh, it's all great down there. I find myself now, like, just, when you're in New York City, you go, this is everything, this is great, it smells, it's overloading, I want to get out of here, but I want to stay. But now I find myself, like, weirdly missing it. Like, I gotta get back there. I gotta get back to the, It's weird. It's just this weird, like, my soul. But then every now and then, like, I'll click on my Facebook and I'm like, okay, let's go Zillowing. Let's go apartment searching.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. That is the little virtual tour of, like, what... I used to go poke around France, and you'd find, like, these little towns that are surrounded by a castle wall from, like, back in the 1400s.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean...
But to take
if you had a cool mill, you'd be doing all right. But if you don't have a cool mill, it ain't, the village ain't happening.
Oh, no. The village is super desirable.
Yeah, so there's like this whole thing. Okay, you could find studio apartments, the best you could do. I mean, you're going anywhere from $2,700 for studio apartments. We're talking 1 room, kitchen, bathroom. Studio apartments, $27,000 to $4,000.
Insane.
I mean, the average, you're looking at about $37,000 for one with, like, okay, so let's say you and your girlfriend were gonna go there. We'd go, okay, well, we're gonna need 1 bedroom, we're gonna need a living room, and we're gonna need a kitchen, a little galley kitchen. Say you're just thinking small, not a lot of storage, but whatever, maybe a porch, maybe not. You're about $4,200.
Wow.
A month. And that's not even utilities.
It's insane.
It's robbery. And that's why, which is now at least their new mayor who won yesterday, he's talking about rent control and everything like that and put a ceiling on that, because I think post-pandemic, they were just raising prices,
Yeah, it's really bad in Phoenix and of course, the major cities,
But around here, finally caught up with us here.
Yeah, I know. I was really surprised at that when I moved back, the friggin' prices of the real estate. And it's remained consistently high. Every time I look at stuff, I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm knocking on wood. I got a great sitch, so I'm doing good. But I couldn't imagine having to, like, start over and where I was 10 years ago, my kid was, she's in 9th grade, and then it's me, and then I had a little mini house, it was the thing I was paying $500 a month for back then, 10, 12 years ago. $500 a month would probably be like $1,200 a month now.
Yeah, but weren't you just renting it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just renting a small little tiny house.
No, look, I'm with you. Me and my guitar player, Dan, we used to have an apartment in South Tempe for like $800 a month. So it was like $400 each a month.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's
easy
fine.
money.
Yeah.
And that was at a time when me and him were both making like top dollar at our job. Like I was,
Yeah, you had a lot of playroom. Now that same apartment would probably be triple that,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you would probably be easily 1,600 for that.
I tell you what I know happened out there is when they started getting all internet-y and stuff like that. So these apartment complexes get owned by these sort of companies. So each company owns like 5 or 6 apartment complexes all across the valley because Phoenix is large.
Sprawl.
And so these apartment complexes, they all get in cahoots with each other. And they're aware, they're in this little network, and they all know what the availability is of, say, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. And so they know if there's very few available right now, any ones that are available, they can jack the price up.
Yeah, and and they become in cahoots on this whole thing. Like, it's kind of it would be like if all musicians, all bands said, we're not going to do gigs for under 700, and all bands talk to each other, whereas now they don't. Yeah, but I mean, apartment people, imagine all the landlord just going, all right, you got all, okay, we're going to all get on the, and they know nothing under, so, and then they keep doing it. Oh, you're going to, and then as years go by, they keep adding 100 a year, and then next thing you know, you're into the fucking 3,000 realm. And it's fucking robbery. It's fucking robbery, and it's horseshit. And I feel bad for like the kids who, like my daughter's she's in college. She's in her last year of college. She's about to get an apartment with her boyfriend. They're like, oh, we found something, $1,200. I'm like, my mortgage now is $1,200 from 10 years ago. But to them, they're like $1,200. Now this younger generation, they don't understand how I don't know.
Well, that $1,200 in Phoenix is like the studio apartment.
Yeah. Yeah, around here it's 1,200's about like your average, townhousey 2-bedroom.
Studios used to be like $250. It was all livable.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, unless you want to be in the hood. Not, the hood, we ain't got time for the hood. But if you're talking just a normal suburban townhouse in like a complex kind of thing, you're about 1,200. That's fairly new and not outdated and crappy. It's just those prefab, townhousey, condo-y looking things.
Yeah, it's just
that's 12. You're 1,200.
But anyway, we're
but New York's super expensive. $5,000, $4,000 for these fucking little tiny shitbox apartments.
And this is what you're finding just looking stuff up
just
online.
Just grazing.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Just look. But it was kind of the same
But
thing.
there's two things that do help that. Yeah. You don't need a car and you'd probably make more at your job. So I tend to think if you got a solid employment there, you go, okay, well, I make, instead of making $50,000 a year like you would here, there you'd be making 72. And you don't need a car. You're using the subway. You're going around. You're hustling and bustling and things like that. And you don't have as much stuff. You know what I mean? There's a certain amount of less things,
I guess, yeah, depending on where you're at.
You become a backpack person. You become a city dweller. The city dweller has less things than like if I had to move you out of your house right now, I know your thing is filled. You're at least you're a U-Haul and a half.
Yeah, I gotta start doing a paring down of things.
Yeah,
but it's like, like I'm a production guy. Like you gotta have stuff to do stuff. Yeah, you gotta have hardware, and I don't have an excessive amount of stuff, but to have the stuff to be able to do the stuff, like it ends up being quite a bit of stuff.
I know. I sometimes think to myself, like, at what point do I get rid of all the old gear, like that I don't use? Like, am I going to get back into music, or am I just holding on to this stuff because I'm afraid to change the chapter of life?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it one of those things that, like, could I say to myself, well, why don't I get rid of all these bass cabinets and stuff? I got 4 bass rigs. It's like, do I need all that? If anything, I would probably, if I started getting back into it, I would just buy a newer, lighter, clean version because they're all smaller now than they used to be.
Well, that's what I did.
So it's like, fuck all that old junk.
I got for back before prices went crazy, for $200 or $250, I got that Fender
Rumble.
Rumble amp, yeah, which is one of those Class D amps. So it's like 36 pounds, I think, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Combo amp. It's like, that's great. Like
True.
That old galleon we had.
Yeah, and those 810 cabinets. I have two 810 cabinets.
I know. Yeah, I got that 412. And that 410.
Yeah, then I got a 412 with I got this rolling. Yeah, I got all kinds of shit.
And even still, just the galleon in the road case and stuff like that.
And that's just bass gear. I got guitars. And here's another thing. Like, I go into my spare room today, and I'm looking around and grabbing something, and I'm like, look at all these guitars. Like, guitar cases take up a lot of real fucking state.
Yeah, they do.
I'm like, I got fucking 20 guitars here, basses and guitars. I'm like, Jesus, I got to get rid of this stuff. I don't need it. I don't even play. I haven't picked one of them up in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm thinking of, but then, it's like, I don't know. But when you live in a big city, you don't have room for all this shit, is my point. And it's kind of like, I think that's the way to live. You almost got to go, in today's modern age, you either got to do one thing. You got to find your forever home and build yourself in and make, like, all right, this is the family forever home. I own you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to live and die in this house. That's fine. Or if you haven't found that yet and you're moving, you got to move light. You got to travel light, until you find your forever spot. And when you find your forever spot, that's when you go, okay, then I'll start buying old antiques and armoires and cool couches. But up until then, it's like, oh man, what do I do with all this stuff?
Yeah.
Like, I think like right now, I would be a U-Haul and a half to get it. Her and I would be easily 2 U-Hauls. Like,
well, you end up with all that stuff just to do the stuff that you need to do.
Yeah.
I mean, especially around here with the extreme seasonal changes. And,
oh yeah, clothes alone.
Yeah, you got to have a different set of clothes. You got to have a different footwear. You got to have different like jacket wear, outerwear. You got to have all sorts of accoutrements. You got to have stuff for mowing the lawn, dealing with the leaves.
Yeah.
The weeds, the bugs.
Winter hats and coats.
And then on the other hand, you got to have the shovels and the rock solid.
And then when you get to be our age, there's those things you acquire through life, like, oh, I got the toaster, I got the pizza ovens, I got the Ninja blenders, I got the ice makers, and you got all these little things that were bucket list buys along the way when you're like, oh.
It's the same thing out in the garage with stuff you needed. You get a ladder, you get a rake, you got a shovel.
Right, I got 2 snowblowers.
I got 3 hoses,
Yeah. And it's like that shit can't come with you to New York. So the more you start crunching the numbers, you go, well, New York isn't going to happen. I guess in my life, the only way New York could happen for me would be like a windfall of money, and you go, oh, this was another daydream. I'm like, what if I like won the lottery or I got a good payout? I would just say, honey, we're going to live in Chelsea for 6 months. We're just going to do a 6-month lease. We're going to sublease our house at home in Erie. We're just going to hang for 6 months and then just take it in and then leave. That's what I would do.
Oh, just do it for 6 months?
A year. You say or a year. You sign a year lease. Just do 1 year in the city and fly back and forth. Take your pets with you and just kind of do it and just live like bohemian for style. And don't get rid of Erie House. Because I think Erie House is great. I like Erie, in this sense, because I feel like, I don't know. You think we're going to die here? You think we're going to grow old and live here? Or do you think there's still one more move in us?
You
ever crunch numbers? Like, you ever lay there at night and you stare and you think, you really start getting existential and you go, am I able to press the reset button one more time? Or is this the final act? Next to elderly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, I think about that stuff way too much. In fact, it gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
All right, this is a weird episode that I don't think anybody's actually going to want to listen to.
That's all right. Well, they got to get to know the real us.
I guess so. All right, let's talk about some fun stuff then.
Yeah. Like what? What's fun?
Or interesting or something.
I don't know.
Hey, how about this?
What?
Just as an idea. How about the idea of like ring cams are always watching?
I have a ring cam. I like the ring cam. Big fan of it.
Yeah.
They are, and it's funny how all my neighbors have ring cams. And because I'll walk the dog at night and you could see the little circles, when you walk by somebody's house. So you go, I'm on camera. Yeah. But when I first got the Ring Cam, the first 6 months, it was ding and ding, ding, ding. Oh, I'm checking my phone. Okay, let's see what. Oh, look, there's Harry walking by. Oh, there's so-and-so coming in hot. Yeah, you know, and then you get to know it. But then after a while, you don't even look anymore. Now, none of us look. We don't even care, you know. And it's funny. It used to be great for like deliveries. You know, you go, I wonder who that Walmart delivery I got. I wonder if I wonder how happy, you know. And then you could check your Ring Cam and you go, oh, young kid, yeah, young girl, oh, okay, you know. Now they just send you pictures. You know, deliveries will send you pictures of your food on your steps, so you don't even need to do the Ring Cam, you know, in a weird way.
Well, sometimes you need it. Like at our house in Mesa, like I would appreciate that because sometimes they would get creative and like, you know, they'll stash your packages out of view.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So it could be like, you know, way over there by the fence, you know.
Yeah,
like,
or if the wind takes it or something like that, you know.
Yeah, if it's something light, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, in like one of those mailer envelopes, you know. So
I like the Ring Cam. Yeah, but the Ring Cam, if you go to the Ring site, it has your direction. You have like a sphere, and you could zoom in, and you could see who's got the ring. And there's like a little, it's kind of like a Facebook feed, kind of like a news feed where if you wanted to, you can go, hey, yeah, my car got broken into, and then other people in the neighborhood would see the notification. So you could have like a little
network.
A little network. It's networky, but we don't participate because we're lame, but you could. I think the Ring Cam, everyone having the Ring Cam, I think is good. Now a lot of theory, conspiracy people, wackos will go, nah, we don't need that. I don't, you know.
Wait, let me ask you this.
All right.
So how do you power the Ring thing?
Well, they would, normally there's two versions. We've got the kind where we USB it. So every like 7-8 days, it'll start blinking. And we go, oh, fucker's blinking. So we unhook it, slide off the wall, bring it in, plug it in USB overnight, pull it back out in the morning.
So it's got a built-in battery.
It's got a built-in battery.
Okay.
But there's also versions that'll hook right into your Romex, like, you know, with the two. Hardwired, like you would a doorknob, or like a standard ding-dong, you know,
or
doorbell.
Fire alarm or whatever.
Yeah, we've got the battery one because we don't have wires to go to a doorbell.
That's what I was thinking, because I don't have any sort of doorbell.
Yeah.
My house doesn't
but
have
I'll give that, and we have an older version. We got ours pre-pandemic. Now, I'm sure they're even better now. The battery power, though, is pretty damn good. I'll give it the old, like 10 days, 8 to 10 days, it'll start blinking. And even then, if it's blinking in low power, not only you'll get texts about it, and you'll see the blinker. If you let it go and you let it go, you let it go, it'll just stop working, but the doorbell part will work. So what'll happen was somebody walks up and goes, hey, ding dong, and pushes it like the circle, like a doorbell, ding dong. It'll start recording then. You know, it goes into like a weird low power mode, low function power mode. So you got a couple more days out of that. It's pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Ring doorbell's really cool. I swear by the Ring doorbell. Now, I don't know if there's a generic version.
Oh, sure there are,
but Ring company, and the footage is like a fisheye. So I could literally, you know, if somebody was my neighbor's house, if somebody was to walk up on their porch, I'm pretty sure my Ring Cam will pick that up over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's good.
Dude, so you don't do a lot of true crime stuff, huh?
What, like shows?
Yeah, like on YouTube.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. And there's always a Ring Cam, you know, but I mean, you don't, you know. Yeah.
So I was just watching this documentary on Netflix called The Perfect Neighbor.
Okay.
And it was all consisting of mostly police body cam footage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's like the movable version.
Right?
Yeah.
And so there was some Ring Cam footage, you know, that was, you know, super crucial and stuff like that. But it's very interesting. But yeah, if you ever see those things, you know, like if something happens like in the neighborhood, like the cops will go around and they'll ask for footage from everybody, so they can, like you were saying, like make a network out of it. That's what they do.
Yeah, they could piece together, like if a car was going by, you know, and they wanted to get a plate, they could piece together people's.
I've seen on those shows where the cops are like, okay, so we got this light-colored two-door sedan, fleeing the area. We can't make out the plate, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, look at where we are, geographically. So you come out here, there's nothing around but this one road. He's going either that way or that way.
Yeah.
What's down there? What's down there? Oh, a gas station at some point. Get the cameras from the gas station.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, that's how they caught the Boston bomber.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was all just like block by block footage. They kept an eye on the crowd of people and just would see who was moving and watching.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
was that like a documentary or something?
Yeah, and they found because they would backtrack the backpack that was sitting there. Like, okay, there's the backpack. So let's go back in time. Who had the backpack on? Okay, that kid right there had the backpack on. Okay, let's rewind it. Let's keep going back.
Oh,
they're
Oh.
Yeah, that's how they caught him. But
that makes sense. I mean,
yeah, the ring cam. It's pretty cool, and and I think too, it not only for protecting your house. If I got mugged, or if I got beat up by a bunch of teenagers, or a gang of roving teenagers threw me in some bushes, it's going to be on somebody's ring cam who they are. You know what I mean?
You know what I saw on the ring cam one time? Wait, what was the last thing you said?
Just some gang of roving teenagers threw me in some bushes. I don't know. It's going to be on a ring cam somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I could,
Yeah, which, as you were saying that, the image popped in my head of this ring cam footage of, there's like a baby, like a toddler, like a 1.5-year-old in a diaper, like noodling out in the driveway.
Oh, boy.
And then a coyote comes
Oh, my God.
running in to grab the baby and take off with it. Just as the what did I say? The coyote. My brain's like, jackal. No, it's not jackal. Coyote. Coyote's right, just about to get the baby. Family cat comes out and goes,
On the coyote?
and the coyote's like, wah, and it's like, what the hell? And takes off.
Oh, I bet you we don't get many coyotes in my neighborhood, but I will guarantee you out in the counties,
There's stuff like that.
coyote cams, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Ring doorbell footage of like there's a roundabout up in like Wisconsin that they put in. These people live in this house, and so I think they film they pull footage from their Ring camera. People are going through this roundabout.
Oh, like vroom,
yeah,
through the
because
center.
it's like you come over the crest of a hill, and then there's the roundabout. So if you're going too fast, you're like.
I hate the roundabout. I know.
You don't like the roundabouts?
I hate the roundabout. It freaks me out. They should create a phobia. I have a roundabout-ophobia. Like, boy, I get this weird trepidation. Like, I start getting all anxious and weird anxiety nervous when I get into one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, the small town ones are all right, But when you ever get into a big roundabout, holy cripe. Like those Washington, D.C. ones are nuts.
Oh.
But a standard roundabout, they make me nervous. I don't like them.
Yeah.
But whoever the roundabout salesman is really getting his commission check this week, because I got to say, there's roundabouts everywhere.
Yeah, they've been using them for a long time.
Yeah, not a fan, but...
But I have seen it really work well. Like out there in where we were living in Mesa. So the whole city's laid out on grids, on a grid system, where you got major streets, and then on the interior you got streets where houses are. So all the traffic and everything and the stores are out on the main streets at 1 square mile grids.
Yeah.
And so one of the main streets, is going this way, and then there's a fairly main street that gets a traffic light there, so you can get across that street. So that's how I would get home and that sort of stuff, right? The timing on that light would take forever.
Yeah.
You get stuck there for like 5 minutes while traffic's running.
Oh.
Then it lets you through. It takes forever. It's almost like a train. You're like, oh, God, it's the worst. If you don't catch the timing of the light right, it's like, may as well put it in park.
Yeah.
Check in on the news on the phone.
Yeah.
They put in a roundabout, the whole intersection.
Keeps things moving?
It does.
Yeah, I guess it is. It's kind of, it's like redirecting water. It's just, keeps it going. Keeps it flowing.
Yeah. It's a little bit better, but,
Oh, but they make me nervous. I don't know. Yeah, but when I get
some
Tina
of them are
with
real
me,
small.
she'll tell me, she'll be like, okay, here's where you're gonna merge. You watch the yield, she'll, and I'll be like, okay.
Well, whoever's in the roundabout has the right of way.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to get in and there's somebody in there, they have the right of way. You have to wait for an opening.
Yeah,
That's all you can do.
It's kind of like a carousel. Yeah, I always think of it like the carousel spinning around. You just wait your turn to jump on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And if there's like a half a second where there's nobody over there and somebody's jumping in, that's when you go because you've got that half a second to get into the current. Once you're in the current, you don't have to go fast.
Yeah.
You just roll it around till you're getting off here or there.
Roundabout.
Dude, I messed up on a roundabout last week. I was doing the crazy monkey thing, and we go out to this place to drop up, and it was weird. You get off the highway, and then there's a roundabout.
Yeah.
And we needed to take this road that was almost like an access road running parallel to the highway. So almost doubled back the direction that we came. So it looked weird. I didn't recognize it with my eye. I sort of did as I was going past. I already had committed. I ended up just U-turning and getting back on the highway. But I needed to just get off a little bit before that,
Yeah, the one, so you're not going back the way you came. You're actually getting off right before it.
And then, you head down the access road. That goes,
oh, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that, yeah.
Oh, super annoying.
Yeah. If no one's around, I don't get stressed, but boy, that stresses me out. When you now throw in a couple cars and a loud motorcycle and a fucking...
Well, I'm in like a panel truck.
A pedestrian, throwing the homeless guy in the middle and then a couple pedestrians and a bike, and I'm...
Well, that's how I get driving in most major cities in the downtown area.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Like even Phoenix, the downtown area is just... It's super annoying to drive in. Pittsburgh's that way.
Yeah.
Chicago's that way.
Yeah.
LA is definitely that way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When the whole horde of people just walk at the same time.
Yeah.
And you got to stop.
I've driven in all those places.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
They also, the sort of downtown-y, city driving. There's a lot of one-way streets, nowhere to park.
I know, and I'm not good at driving anyway. So you're throwing that into the mix.
This is like a super uncomfortable episode.
Oh, yeah. Phobia episode.
Yeah, really. Phobia episode.
Yeah. Well, speaking of phobias, I was going to ask you this. I had this on my Ask Mike list. I was like, I wonder if he does. I've known you for a long time. Do you kill spiders when they're in the house? Or do you rehome them out of the house? Or do you flatten them and go, you fucker, doom? Or do you go, hey, little fucker? Or do you flush them?
Generally, I'm not too much of a fan of things with more than 4 legs.
No one is.
More than 4 legs seems to be the biological evolutionary place that we're at on this planet. Anything with more than 4 legs, it just seems weird.
I don't think you would squish a spider outside, but I'm saying, I always say if it breaches the perimeter of my domicile, you're dead.
Generally, that's my policy.
Yeah.
With the bugs and I try and maintain a bit in the yard as well. I don't want them up against the house,
Yeah. Well, I've been leaving them lately because I'm thinking, all right, well, you want to cut down the skeets and the gnats and whatnot. They do actually serve a purpose.
Well, you're talking about airborne pests. I'm mostly concerned with ground pests like ants.
Oh, yeah.
Ants is a big thing.
Oh, you have ant incursion.
Right. But I've been, you can track them down. You use that Amdro. It works pretty good.
Yeah.
It gets in there. It gets them kind of away from the house. And it's like the longer you keep the house area sort of tidy and unattractive to them, the less they come.
That's true. Yeah, you got to you got to make activity. Because, if you just let it go, then they start getting a little more brave. They get brave.
Yeah, they do. Well, I always would see the scout. There's always one ant.
Oh, yeah. He's scouting. Yeah, he's scouting.
And as long as you make sure he doesn't make it back, they won't send another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't send another one.
Put him in a jar.
He gets back, and he sends word, I know that there's a good place for whatever.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you get a whole line of ants coming in.
Yeah, the whole,
Now,
in comes the Oregon Trail.
To that end, I will allow the spiders some leeway. Because I found out that the spiders in the basement were doing a really good job of taking care of any ants that were coming in through the foundation.
Oh.
Because I would just find cobwebs full of dead ants.
Really?
Yeah. And so it was like, okay.
All right, we're in this together, guys.
I will allow a little bit of stuff. What I see a lot is those sort of daddy long legs ones.
Yeah, they don't creep me out. They're fine.
No.
Yeah. I'm okay with those.
I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't like them.
Yeah, I'm not going to play with one, and yeah.
I don't like any of it.
Yeah.
But I'll allow some latitude because they're killing off the smaller pests.
What about the one, you ever you're in the kitchen, you're making a sandwich, and you look up, and you see that right in the corner, you could just see a little dark spot in the corner. You know it's a spider. And then you ignore him, you go, all right, I'll let you go, buddy. Eat your sandwich. You come back 2 hours later, and he's not there. And then you look over, and he's in that corner. And you go, he's made it the whole perimeter.
Sure.
Does he have a death sentence? Does he have limited days, or are you going to let him go?
Well, it depends on how ambitious I am. If he's up on the ceiling, I got to go stand up on a chair or something like that.
Right. So then,
How ambitious am I feeling?
Yeah.
I generally don't like standing on the chairs. Like, am I going to go downstairs and get the step ladder? No, the
just
ladder.
to kill a spider. No, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, the gorilla ladder. You got a gorilla ladder. Everybody's got a gorilla ladder.
Yeah, I know. Tina encourages me to not kill them. You gotta rehome them, let them out. Well, now it's getting cold out. Do you let them out in the cold? They're gonna die out there.
Yeah, they're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing for them to live on.
I know.
There's no ants around for them to live on.
Yeah, I know. It's cold.
Yeah. And then the other thing is that they definitely start making a bunch of webs everywhere late summer. But I always am like, Halloween's coming.
Yeah, you want to cut down on the mesquites.
But the thing is, it actually doesn't matter because by the time Halloween rolls around, the leaves are blowing around so much, the wind and the leaves are kicking up.
And they're taking them out.
Yeah, they all get taken out anyway.
Yeah.
I don't see any spider webs anymore.
This is the first year. Usually I take a hose and I'm cleaning the front of my house down. Well, this year I didn't do it. I let the cobwebs build to see just how far these guys, and right before it started getting cold and blustery like it is now, I was I'd go to walk the dog at 10 o'clock at night. And then I'd see, there's one that lived over there and one that lived, there's 4 different spider webs, and they're big fucking spiders. You could tell they've been eating for months.
Yeah, like those kind of scaly looking ones?
Yeah, they're the gross ones. They're the big mamas.
Yeah.
But you go, he's serving a purpose. That's kind of like he's holding down that zone, and that one's holding down that zone, and you could tell during the day they might go behind the shutter, and then they make their way out when it's at night. I didn't hose them out. Usually you hose them out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll allow a little bit of latitude because of the workability of spiders.
Yeah.
They like killing bugs. I don't like bugs being around. It's a little simpatico. Roll with it. That'll work.
Yeah.
It'll work for now.
I know I had a little hoppy spider, and I was like, normally, you're dead, little hoppy spider.
You know what I had the other day? I'm in the kitchen cooking something or something like that. And you know how your eyes sort of focus? You ever do those magic eye puzzles? Or those magic eye puzzles?
Oh, you got to stare at okay, those bathroom ones that you used to have in the 90s?
It's the difference between looking through the windshield when you're driving and snow falling.
Yeah.
And looking at the snow hitting the windshield.
Yeah, you got to kind of focus.
You got to change your focal point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't still make those pictures, do they?
I don't know. They're all computer made. It's pretty easy.
You'd think they would make a comeback by now. Or they'd be more elaborate. You'd think there'd be those, but there'd be a whole 3D version or
right.
Especially with AI. You'd think AI would say, make me an optical illusion picture,
Yeah. Yeah, they're just magic eye posters is what they call them.
Is that what they call them? Magic eye posters?
That's all I ever heard about. And if you look up magic eye posters, they'll come up.
Yeah.
On the internet.
Yeah, I remember when those were the rage. I used to not be able to train my brain to look at them. I don't know what I'm supposed to see here. And then, it was like the George Costanza thing on Seinfeld when he finally, he'd come out of the bathroom blinking, I
was watching an episode of Seinfeld today at lunch.
Oh,
Our break room at work is in the basement, so it doesn't get the Wi-Fi.
Never gets old. Seinfeld is so timeless. Which one was it? Where were we at?
It was the one where some guys from the Mets take Costanza out to lunch and they go, we're not making you an offer, but we need a new head of traveling scouts for the Mets.
Okay.
We think that may be you. And George's like, so what you're saying is we're not saying anything. So it comes down to where George is like, He's got to get himself fired from the Yankees so he could take this job with the Mets. And then later in the episode, it turns out his boss does the same thing.
Oh, right.
Like George takes the World Series trophy and he's dragging it around in his car. And he's like, screw you guys. And then the owner, George Steinbrenner, calls him into his office. And he's like, George, what you've done is inexcusable. And George is like, that's right. He's trying to get fired.
Right.
And his boss comes in and is like, it's not Casillas' fault. It's my fault. He's like, well, you're fired. And then,
And then they hired his boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes the job.
Yeah. Seinfeld's good. God, that's when they're really hitting their stride.
Season 8 or something.
Yeah, season 8. Yeah, that was actually when Larry David was gone, I want to say. It was getting a little bit more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because those last 3 seasons, he wasn't there. It was just Jerry.
He gets bored after 7 seasons. He just wants to stop stuff for a while.
Yeah.
Then he comes back.
Yeah.
That's what he keeps doing with Kurt.
Yeah, we need a Seinfeld rewatch.
That's what I'm in the middle of.
It never gets old. I know.
Hey, you want to see what the next episode will be?
After that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, they really got it together by those episodes. They're getting a little ridiculous, but I like the tie-ins and the callbacks. Was just second to none.
Yeah, I was on season 8, episode 21, The Muffin Tops.
Oh yeah, Top of the Muffin. Yeah, that's when. Yeah, the Muffin Top. When Elaine.
That was her old boss, Mr. Littman from Pendant Publishing.
Yes.
Took her idea.
Yes.
She's like, the Muffin Top's the only good part. All right, so was that 21?
Yeah.
They made a lot of episodes per season. So after this is the Summer of George.
Summer of George.
Which is the last one for season 8. During a summer out of work, George acts as Jerry's dating intern. Huh. Elaine's co-worker won't swing her arms. Kramer's a seat filler at the Tony Awards.
see, it just sounds funny. Just all 3 premises are great.
It's ridiculousness.
I know. I love it. Man.
Hey, speaking of this.
Okay.
So I was watching, continuing with The Godfather, because in 2 days, Godfather 2 is going to get wiped off my Sling DVR.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. They're like, unlimited DVR for a limited time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to cram in The Godfather 2, which, I find it odd that everybody always says Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1.
Is that just because it's more modern?
I don't know. I wonder.
Yeah, because you know how you and I always talked about, it's got a 70s pacing or 80s pacing and 90s pacing. Movie pacing was different, evolved.
Yeah. Oh yeah, huge difference. So
maybe that had something to do with it, mixed with camera quality, mixed with maybe a little bit more budget, mixed with acting chops were a little tighter.
The thing about The Godfather is I think for a lot of people, definitely for me, the first couple of times I saw it, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. It's just a series of images and scenes playing out, and you're not quite sure why. It's sort of inscrutable, So you have to sort of really try and pay attention to what they're saying, turn on the captioning, read the names, and try and follow along who's who and what's going on and why, Which that's what I did this last time, It's pretty interesting.
Closed captioning and all, huh?
Yep. Feel like I got a good handle.
That helps. It kind of weirdly helps.
I do closed captioning a lot.
I find myself doing it more as I get older. I can definitely tell you that.
It has nothing to do with older. You know what it is? It's those Marvel movies. Those Marvel movies mix it so that in order to hear the dialogue, you have to have the volume this loud. The explosions are fucking crazy loud.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's mixed for theaters. So when you're watching that at home, you either A, have it where you can hear the dialogue, and then when the action starts and the explosions start happening, it's so loud it wakes up your girlfriend. Or you have it down that it's not that loud, and then
you're leaning in.
Yeah, the dialogue, you can't hear it.
That I found too,
that's the way they mix it.
Accents too. Like there is a couple you get an Irish guy and you get an Irish cop show theme in there, and you don't know what the fuck's going on. You got to go, okay, I'm closed captioning this one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and it helps too. Sometimes when they're talking about it just kind of it gives you a visual of what they're talking about. Like if they talk about I don't know, a place, You're like, what? Or a name or somebody's last name,
Yeah.
The one that it really sunk home for me was the one Foundation I was watching. Foundation was whack. So many levels on it.
That was that series.
Yes.
The sci-fi series?
Yes, Isaac Asimov stuff. And it's so deep, and there's so many.
Oh wait, so is it like a docu-series sort of thing, or is it like narrative, like
Well, there's narrative in it, but then there's just you mix the English accents with their reference. It's almost as complex as like Dune used to be, you know. So when they say, "Oh yeah," like, "Oh, a 17 parsecs from Abraxas," you go, you know, to read that puts it in a better context than to hear him say it. Because if you hear him say it, you go, "What the fuck was that?" You know, mixed with an English accent, mixed with all these weird names of colonies and stuff.
Right, because it's technobabble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got but I don't know. I don't think I think my hearing as I get older. I think I'm more prone to. I think I need the closed captioning.
I mean, I've always got the headphones going on. Oops.
Yeah.
And I just smacked my mic. I've always got like headphones in for, you know, watching and listening to stuff. But oftentimes I will have the closed captioning on, just to sort of have it on.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It does make it so you don't miss things. Plus, and I didn't know this. Anytime music comes on, they tell you what it is and who does it.
I've seen that before. Yes,
that helps too. That's a super plus.
Sometimes it's annoying though. It'll go sad music.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be in parentheses. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets to be like
mildly uplifting theme.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I'll have a little music note there. But when they do tell you what it is, that's kind of good.
Yeah.
So, or like if there's a crowd, like there was one scene, there was like this crowd of protesters.
Oh.
And they'd show they'd put on the poignant parts that were just like, let them hang. And you'd be like, oh, okay, I see where they're going with
this. Exactly. That's a real good example of, I've definitely had that happen where it's like, sort of crowd scenes are outdoors, you know, off mic voices and stuff like that are there specifically by design because it adds so much of that sort of, you know, what do the regular people feel, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and it could be part of the story, but you don't pick up on it. But as soon as it makes it to closed captioning, then you go, oh, it must be part of the...
Yeah.
They want me to know this.
Because unless you had it like turned up like, you know, movie theater volume in a theater, you're not going to hear that. That's going to get compressed down.
Yeah. Yeah. You hear the rain?
Yeah, it's raining. It's raining really good here. It's been cold and rainy. You see, we're supposed to get some snow
next week, Monday, right?
Yeah, Sunday night. Because it's going to get down to like 30.
I don't have snow tires yet. I need to buy snow tires.
What are you going to do? Snow tires or just you get all seasons?
Well, yeah, I get all seasons, but the ones I got are bald as fuck.
Oh, are they?
Oh, I won't even pass inspection.
Dude, it's going to be $1,000.
I know. I ain't got it. I just simply don't have it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to buy 2 this round and then buy 2 later on. That's probably what I'm going to have to do, 2 at a time.
I don't know if that even works.
Yeah, a lot of times they make you buy all 4, you know, right?
Well, it's like if you only got 2, then like it's like the old days when we were growing up, when like the ass end of the car would just slide out or whatever, you know.
Well, yeah, and sometimes like for inspection, and sometimes since our trucks now are all-wheel drive, they do the.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It's nice, but you got to get all 4 tires. They can't just put 2 tires on. They want you to get all 4, so when they align you, your alignment's all.
You need 4 brand new tires to do an alignment.
Right. You can't have 2. Yeah. This isn't an old Ford Tempo here.
Yeah, you got to have a whole new set, you know, which sort of equalizes and neutralizes the tire.
Yeah.
As a variable.
I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready for it. I just wish you know.
I don't think it's going to stick because like the next day it's going to be like, you know, 48 or 52.
It'll
just be a dusting at night. Like last
week.
Big
flakes, yeah.
Last week I went out in the morning and had to scrape ice off my windshield, you know. It was a little frosty.
Yeah. Happens. It is what it is.
Yeah,
I bought gloves. I bought myself new gloves.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So what'd you get for gloves?
I got those. Well, now they're making them. I used to like have these really thin, but they're little isotoners. Remember isotoners? But these are kind of like the new ones. They're like thin salates kind of looking things. I didn't bring them with me.
I have a pair like that in my jacket right there.
because I don't want them to take a lot. You don't want a big wad in your pocket, so I want them thin.
Here, let me see. I'll throw you one of these. Here, check it out.
It almost feels like they're made out of scuba material. Oh, this is a little bulky for my taste.
Yeah, that's a little like work.
These
glove.
are DeWalt's. These are more worky. But these are good for ice scraping. These are good for the
and they're great
turning
when it's
a screwdriver.
cold and you're driving. You just put those on for driving. It's good for that.
Yeah.
They
fit
in
a little
the pocket
bulky
pretty good.
though. Yeah, the ones I got are a little more streamlined than that.
But these aren't really going to last for the winter. You know, this is just a it's like a light glove. It's fine for when it's chilly and stuff like that, fall or whatever. For winter, that doesn't cut it at all.
Nope.
So did you get winter gloves?
Oh, I have the winter one. I have the big ones, the shovel the driveway ones that are the big mama paws.
Yeah.
But I like I need a thinner one, a thin slate kind of looking one.
You know what I got for those? For the actual winter gloves?
Yeah.
I got ice fishing gloves.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I like these too because I got long fingers. They fit right good. They're good. They don't make a big lump in your pocket. They almost feel like girl. Imagine girl. You ever put on girls' gloves?
Like they're kind of tight, you know.
Yeah, they're tight and long, but the fingers are nice and long, and you could technically text with it because they're the top fingers here.
That's what these are.
Yeah. How about that, huh?
That's what these are, but it doesn't really work all the time.
Not really that great. No, you got to breathe on it sometimes. Sometimes you got to go, and,
I kind of need the gloves like a little bit, bigger for my hand, to fit in.
Yeah.
But my fingers aren't terribly long, so sometimes they're not really making good contact with it up on in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, these little DeWalt work gloves, they're pretty good for just, keeping in your pocket and, things get cold.
DeWalt stuff's good. I got my.
But it's definitely...
Power drill's a DeWalt. Yeah, they're good.
I got a Ryobi.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you, that drill, it's, I got it, it was buy one tool, get one free. And at the time, we had bought the house in Mesa, and we were putting in cat doors. So I wanted a jigsaw. So I got a jigsaw. So I got a jigsaw and the drill and 2 batteries.
Yeah.
And when me and Grignell redid that whole Outback garage, that drill did everything. It worked all day, swap out the batteries, that drove every screw.
Yeah, because the more times than not, I see whenever the battery dies before the tool dies. The tool's going to outlive that battery, but you want to make sure the company's going to be around. Will Ryobi's kind of held up, though. I don't think they're going to be some weird fly-by-night Korean company,
So I was thinking about it because I got the batteries and I hardly ever use them, because I'm not doing
what
a lot
you do,
of projects.
you go, okay, well, then I'm going to get the Ryobi vacuum, and then I'm going to get the Ryobi thing, and then you have an interchangeable battery for everything, and you get
I wanted to get, I feel like I need to get an edger.
See, and get the Ryobi, and use the same battery, or hopefully maybe you can get battery replacement,
So it's kind of like if I've got those 2 batteries, and I'm looking at getting like some sort of edger, because I feel like I sort of need an edger. I don't need it now, obviously, we're going into winter time, but in the spring, maybe
now's the time to get it though, cheap.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah.
And then you get like a battery docking bay of like 4 of those things. And then
I've got the 2 batteries.
Yeah, you got the 2.
I'm not going to need it that often.
Yeah, but they're all interchangeable, same brand. That's kind of why I went with DeWalt, because I was like, all right, DeWalt's pretty good. If I bought it something else, I'll go DeWalt again. You hear that?
Yeah.
I swear to God, that sounded like fireworks.
Sort of sounded like a truck slowing down, jailbreaking outside.
Like a...
But it could have been just an exhaust vent, and the wind is blowing.
Oh, yeah.
And when the wind blows,
wow, that was the weirdest sound. I've never heard a sound like that.
Low pressure sound.
Yeah, weird sounds, yeah. How are we doing on time?
Creepy sounds.
Creepy sounds. We got a little bit of time left. Did you have any more bits or anything you want to do?
So I had a thought. How about this? So this is sort of an idea. So it occurred to me, like we all say that we have a checking account, right?
Okay.
Although no one writes checks anymore.
No, I haven't written a check in probably 10 years.
But it's still technically a checking account. Because now instead of writing a check, We're just constantly checking on the account to see how much money we have.
Yeah, we're checking in with it. We're checking in with our fundage.
So checking in account.
Yeah, checking in. Yeah.
So I think it's sort of interesting how the name of the name of the Godfather. The name of the thing is sort of the same, but the meaning is, and the application is different now. Like we say, you know, like you said earlier, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
No one's tuning into this.
That's true. Yeah,
It's an
that's like
internet-based show.
tuning a radio, but tuning in
Or TV, you know.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, fix the rabbit ears.
Yeah, at least TV choosing a channel with a remote even, you could say is tuning in.
Yeah. Turn your tracking button.
But I mean, is it tuning in on YouTube?
We're tuned in, yeah.
Maybe not. Discuss down below.
Yeah.
But it's the terminology, the usage. Like, like we'll say we're like,
Oh, we're recording an album.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff with that, like radio parlance and broadcasting stuff, and that doesn't really hold true technologically anymore. But it's how we phrase stuff, and especially us that grew up in the '70s.
Oh yeah.
Where it was radio and broadcast TV.
Oh yeah.
And then early VCRs and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, kids now, they're in it, but we're the ones who are out of touch because kids got a whole new lingo now.
Just to be difficult.
Yeah, I don't speak teenager anymore.
Hey, wait, I had a couple of these 60-second challenges.
Ooh, 60-second challenge of what?
Maybe we can make it like a 30-second challenge.
All right.
So I just had a couple of little topics here.
All right.
Just stuff that we can sort of ramble off real quick.
Right.
One of them was in 60 seconds or 30 seconds, how many movies set on a spaceship can you name?
What? Oh, movies set on a spaceship. Movies, not shows, movies.
You want to try and do this?
Okay.
There you go.
2001. Aliens. Star Trek. Star Wars. All the different Star Treks and Star Wars. Battlestar Galacticas. Oh boy, on a ship. Whoa, boy. Then you get into the whole. Oh man, I can't name a few. I'm having a brain fart now. I'm getting overloaded because I'm overthinking. On a ship. Well, if you think like
if it were 30 seconds, that'd be done.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe 30 seconds is good.
Yeah.
You got 5.
It stunk. But I was thinking spaceship. But then all of a sudden I go, oh wait, ship. Oh, like battleships. Oh, like And then I started thinking submarines, and then I started thinking, what I mean? My brain started overloading, and I started short-circuiting.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so 5.
That stinks. That stinks.
You want to try another one?
All right.
All right. All right. Yeah, these are all sort of fun. So let me just read these. You pick which one you want to do. So the first option is movies with at least 3 installments. Okay.
Okay.
Or dog character names.
Ooh, dog
Or supporting characters that stole the show.
Oh, wow.
they're pretty good. They're pretty good ideas.
Supporting characters that stole the show, I guess?
Supporting characters that stole the show. Go.
Seinfeld. Kramer. George. All right, let's go. Gilligan's Island. Gilligan. Or, I don't know if you're into the professor. Marianne. Let's see. Well, I don't know. I'm at a brain break. I can't do this. I can't do this pressure. This pressure. Too much pressure.
That's 30 seconds. If you want to keep going, come on.
No.
Oh, my God.
I can't work under pressure. I can't work under these conditions.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can't do it. My brain shits out. I can't stay focused. I can't stay present. Can't do it. I mean, yeah, I go from Seinfeld to Gilligan's Island. My brain stinks.
You want to try again? You want to try another one?
No, you do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, do 30.
All right, you going to time me?
Yeah.
Or you want me to just time it? I'll just put like a timer.
Go. I got a timer right here. Go.
Oh, what am I doing?
Okay, wait.
And you got to count them when I say them.
All right, you're going to say, what was the other two options?
I have movies with at least 3 installments or dog character names.
Dog character names, you're going.
Okay, ready?
Dog character names in 1, 2, 3, go.
Tiger, Snoopy, Odie. Eddie on Frasier. Dog character names. I mean, I guess Lassie. I guess Rin Tin Tin, Benji.
Cartoons count.
No, not cartoons.
Yep. Well, you're past your 30.
Yeah, about 30. I got like 8.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Yeah. Yeah, I would have.
Then I sort of hit a wall, and it was like,
Yeah, and then I would have gone. Yeah, then my brain would start going to cartoons, and cartoons don't really count. Well, you were like Odie and Snoopy. That's cartoons.
I guess so, huh?
Because then you would have gone Scooby Doo and Astro and all those, and
I knew there were a couple of big obvious ones. Yeah. Your brain kind of gets all clogged.
Yeah, when the timer's on, the pressure's hard.
All right, try me. Let's do the movie one just for fun then, since we're here.
3 or more installments.
Yeah, movies with at least 3 or more installments.
Okay. When do I go? Me?
No, I'll
okay, you go. 1, 2, go.
Okay, Friday the 13th, Rocky, Jaws, Fast and the Furious, Godfather, Back to the Future, Star Wars prequels, Star Wars sequels, Star Trek, both the original cast series of movies and the Next Generation series of movies, and
all right.
Did I say Rocky? Terminator.
Yeah. Well, you're past your 30. It's pretty good though. At least you kept it going.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The Hobbit, for that matter.
I mean, you didn't even get the comedies yet. You could have gone National Lampoons and all those. You should have.
Oh yeah, Vacation.
You're just in sci-fi land.
Yeah, right.
You just think of genres. You're thinking action /
Yeah. What did I get to? I lost count.
Oh yeah, you had a lot.
Like 10 or 13 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
People count post. But there you go. So 30-second, 60-second challenge. I don't know. Sometimes 30 seconds seems like enough time to run through and be like, duh. I don't know.
No, I know. Yeah.
But sometimes, like on those, like on the 3 movie installments, like I could probably bust out a few more. Like you said, I haven't even got into.
Oh yeah.
Like Kung Fu Panda, Shrek. Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty much every quality movie now is gone up to 3.
Yeah, oh my God, we didn't even think about like Thor, Iron Man.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man.
Everything's up to 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh.
Man, that wind is crushing.
That almost sounds like sleet.
Ooh yeah.
Could it be sleet?
I don't know. Let's check the weather update. Yeah, it's definitely hitting hard.
Wow. I wonder if they can hear that on the camera. Or the people watching are like, what are you talking about? Huh. I don't know.
Well, anyway.
Not bad.
So that's fun. Couple of things on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't really have much. Low key hang today.
This is a weird episode.
It is. Why not?
Yeah. This is for you guys hanging out, listening, just hanging out with us, chilling, digging stuff. Cool. Oh, you know what? I've been watching on Netflix, The Residents. Have you watched that?
I don't know what that is.
It's kind of fun. It's almost like an updated like Agatha Christie type murder mystery whodunit type thing, but it's set in the White House.
British?
Yeah. Huh?
What?
Did you say British?
Oh, The Resident?
Yeah, The Residents.
And they're at the White House?
Yeah.
Maybe I have. Who's starring in it? Is it a black guy?
No, it's a black lady who was in Orange is the New Black.
Oh, all right.
I don't really know her, but my girlfriend's like, yeah, it's her. She was in Orange is the New Black. I'm like, oh, was she? I'm like, I didn't watch.
Huh, yeah. I don't know that show.
I knew Ken Marinero from The State's in it.
Oh, cool. Wow, that's an oldie. The State, yeah.
And you ever watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? The guy who's Charlie's uncle that molested him. He's always got the small hand issues. He's in there.
Oh.
Nobody else too much I sort of knew. The Washington Metropolitan Police Department captain. He's like an older black dude. You've seen him and stuff before. You'd be like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's almost like a closed room mystery sort of thing. You know what I mean? They're having some sort of dinner party thing with Australian Prime Minister and Kylie Minogue's performing, and then the head butler for the White House ends up dead in the billiard room or whatever. It's like almost like Clue.
Huh.
And so they bring in this sort of like detective that sort of calls back to sort of Agatha Christie type, like Miss Marples or Hercule Poirot. And they even call her a consulting detective, which is how Sherlock Holmes always described himself. Wow.
I hear thunder.
It's a dark and stormy night.
Thunder rain.
Wow.
Thunder rain.
Yeah, that's a... This sounds like a sound effect.
It did sound like sound effect. It sounded fake.
It boomed and rolled through. Yeah, but The Residence, it's fun.
Huh.
Yeah.
I know. I need a new show. I think, because now things are running out. Now we're kind of in between things. We're rolling into you know what I mean? We're watching things for Shlicketty Review, but I'm not really watching. I need a new series to kind of sink my teeth into, something to really...
Like I said, I went through on Netflix and threw a whole bunch of stuff on my list. That list I sent you the other day looking for a movie to watch, that didn't even touch on the series that I have thrown in.
No, I know. Oh, well, here, I'm liking this. Okay, we lampooned before. We weren't really big fans of the It series, but the Welcome to Derry has 2 episodes out.
That's right, you're digging it.
So far, I'm digging it. Now, it's superior than the movies, because they're unfolding, they're taking time. It's a period piece in the 1950s. It's, so it's 1950.
Right.
Everything's authentic, and then you're going to mix in some friendly neighborhood racism into it.
That's always sort of a theme.
It's always the wild card that could make you like or hate a character, mixed with, they've got this angle. Are the police going to answer when the black guy calls for the police? Are they going to answer for him? You got those little angles and things like that. So, but the 1950s, what makes this Welcome to Derry so good too, the kid actors in this are good. They're playing teenagers who are they read comic books and they daydream about UFOs and stuff like that. But they have the old-timey slang. So they're like 14-year-old, they're like 9 through 14 group of kids age, and they're like teenagers from that period, from the 90s. So it's really authentic. Their slang and the way they just kind of have the combs in their back pockets and they read their comic books and they're nerdy and the girls are kind of repressed. It's really strange, but cool. It's done well so far. Now, I don't know if it's going to take a weird, hurried tone later on, but for the first 2 episodes, I'm in. You got some gold here. And it's shockingly at the end of the first episode, mayhem broke out. And it's violent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you think, okay, it's a period piece. We're building on some characters, and then all of a sudden, this monster comes out and fucking tears these kids. You got kid killing. You ever see a movie? They don't usually kill the kids.
Well,
this one, they're cutting the kid's throat. Kid blood everywhere. They're killing kids.
Yeah.
And you go, that was kind of shocking.
You know what? When I got that, it was a couple of years ago. That Ben Kenobi series.
Oh, yeah.
That Ben Kenobi series, when Vader shows up.
He's killing kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I know. It made me think to myself, I'm like, of all the horror movies we've seen through the years, there's not a lot of kid killing. They always let the kid go, even like the Halloween movies and everything like that. The little kid always escapes. The little kid always saves the day, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't kill the kids. There's always some kind of redeeming factor where the murderer doesn't slay the child. Well, this one, they don't care. You're dead. And this monster takes him out, you know? And you go, whoa, that was shocking. You know, so that's one of those things where you go, oh, all right, we got kid killing here. All right. And this is the real deal. This isn't like, you know, kids slide across the floor, cut to the black. No, this is fucking, you know, blood. We're talking like, whoa. You know, so I was a little uncomfortable. I was like, oh, that was kind of, that was a little much for me.
Well, that's good. That's what you want out of the series. Then. You know what I mean? You know, that's the show letting you know that they're not going to be pulling their punches on the violence.
Yeah, it's not all salt. Yeah, it's not all sugar salt.
It took you 2 episodes to earn it.
You did. You had to wait till you had to earn it.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So they've got hopefully some sort of narrative path, some sort of plan, because it is all sort of. Then this is so. I read the book It, you know, and so I think it's like, what is it, 27 years between the outbreaks of the monster or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and this is set in the 50s.
Yeah. So this must be the 27 years before the It.
Well, like in the movie, like It Chapter 1 is when they're kids in the 50s.
Well, this is like the soda pop in 50s, you know, post-war, early 50s. You know, this ain't like Happy Days 50s. This is more like the war just ended, turn on the radio kind of thing, you know, and let's get in the car and, you know.
It's like mid-40s.
Yeah, let's go down to Woolworths and get ourselves some, you know, some glue. You know.
This is some glue.
Yeah, you know, like this weird little thing. They're like, let's go down to this general store, you know.
Get some airplane model glue.
Yeah, it's weird, you know, but they do it really good. So welcome to Derry. I'm kind of recommending it. Really good.
Sounds interesting. Because, you know, that's all Stephen King stuff, right? Because he wrote it. And so there was a series out a couple of years ago called Castle Rock.
I like that. Yeah, that one was good.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so that's...
It got a little far-fetched towards the end, but...
Stephen King set a lot of his early works in this fictional town of Derry, Maine.
Yeah.
And Castle Rock.
Which was a takeoff of what, Bangor, from where he's from, Bangor, Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they would have little signs on this one. You'd have like, oh, like there'd be like an arrow sign that says like 6.8 miles to Bangor, like a little arrow sign pointing. You know, like you'd have hints of the word Bangor.
Yeah, and they talk about that in Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
That's where all the trucks are always going back and forth. You know, because it's Maine. You know.
There's
only a couple of Maine cities.
Yeah. That's cool though. Yeah, it's a good setting. It was a good setting.
But so that Castle Rock show was because Stephen King set a lot of his earlier stuff in, you know, Derry and or Castle Rock. Sometimes they're one and the same, interchangeable. I don't know the details. I haven't read Stephen King in a long, long time. In fact, I was looking at a list of. Did you send it to me like a month or so ago? There's a list of all Stephen King's books that he published.
Oh yeah. It was like a meme that I found. Yeah. It had a lot. He had a shit ton.
I read a bunch of his stuff, but all the stuff that I read of his was like this much. And he had like that much more, like 3 times more.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, he's prolific.
He's prolific.
Yeah. He must write a book, at least a book a year, 2 a year.
Yeah, probably 2 or 3 a year. Yeah. So online, you can look up on YouTube, I watched it, Stephen King and George R.R. Martin hanging out on stage having a conversation. And they were talking about the writing process because George R.R. Martin is famous for We're All Still Waiting on Winds of Winter, the 4th Game of Thrones book.
Yeah.
You know?
But he hasn't finished it.
He still hasn't finished it, which makes everybody like nuts. They're like, hurry up and finish it. So he's talking to Stephen King. He's like, sometimes it takes me a while to write. And the audience starts laughing. And Stephen King's like, I crank it out. He's like, I got all the ideas, got to get them out, you know.
Yeah, Stephen King. Yeah, but a lot of Stephen King, you know, he
was saying like he would write like 30 pages a day. George R. R. Martin nearly fell out of his chair.
Yeah.
He was like, you do? And he's like, yeah. He's like, how do you do it? And he's like, just Train yourself to do it. Sit down and do it. Hammer it out. Push through.
Yeah. 30 pages a day is a lot.
It's a lot.
Especially if you did it every day. Like, I mean, does he take the weekends off? I don't know. Yeah, but 30 pages.
I think he was sort of talking about that. If he hammers it for 5 days a week, he gives himself the weekend off. Sort of thing.
But 30 pages isn't really that much when you think about it.
30 pages, 5 days a week, that's 150 pages a day.
That's true.
You can write a book a month.
That's true. That's true, yeah. Wow, yeah. Wow, he probably, yeah. And I picture like, when I was writing a lot of songs, I was always good for like, all right, I'd have 3 ideas a week. But I would finish one. One would be studio ready, and I'd get in the studio, and by Sunday night, I'd start with Monday with a few ideas, and then I'd go through the week, scrolling things out, making things up. By the time I got to Sunday, I was mixing down at least 1. Sometimes 2, but generally 1. So it was like 1 a week, but that was, and that's felt like a lot. To most people that don't write songs, you go, Jesus Christ, because, you'd have 52 in a year,
Yeah, my old guitar player Dan used to crank out songs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would write about a song a month.
Yeah, done. I'm talking like done. So, like there was always ideas. There was always like, I'd have 4 or 5 ideas, but I'm not talking the ideas. I'm talking done songs. Like, okay, I got in the studio, laid all the tracks, did it, sang vocals, made it, what I mean? Done songs. Like you could pop it on now, press play, and there's a done song.
Yeah, done ends up being, when you're doing it yourself, done ends up being the point where you're like, I don't know what else I can do to it.
Yeah. Without asking for help, I'm done.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
You can hear everything,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
I know. I wonder if I'm ever going to write any more music. I don't know. Sometimes I think about like, do I want to write another album? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Like I know it's in me. Like there's songs turn in my head a lot, like this weird narrative. Like I'll think of things and I'll be like, yeah, I could do that. But then I go, what's the point? What's the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because next thing you know, I'm starting a band. Next thing you know, I'm 50 years old and wearing a leather jacket again. I can't do that. It'll turn into a circus.
I kind of wanted to get one of those one of those leather blazers.
A leather blazer.
You know what I mean?
Like those 90s blazers? What, like a Sopranos blazer?
Right?
Like they're leather blazers.
Right?
Yeah, the old Italian guys used to wear them.
Exactly.
I don't know if you got those at Wilson's, but they'd have a tailor make those.
Right?
Yeah, it was a blazer. Yeah, they're literally a blazer,
Like if you had to go out and it was winter or something like that, you could put on like a button-up shirt and that, some khakis.
You would look like a mobster, though.
Go out to dinner or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're hip or not. I don't know. I would think you'd look like an Italian mobster. A leather blazer.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The retro stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of retro stuff, how about this one?
All right.
Do you ever think about wanting to get? I kind of want to have a almost like a newer version of an old school ghetto blaster.
I wanted to get the ones where you and I all had similar ones.
Yeah, because they were from Radio Shack.
Yeah, and the searches and I like that. I have thought about that because I like the idea of the radio in it. I like the idea of the cassette search song. It'd rewind one song, recording thing. Yes, I have.
Because I kind of want like the box. You know what I mean? Like a well-made box with like some speakers and an amp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The handle, portable, movable.
Yeah. I don't know if it would be are you talking like a new reissue or are you talking like an old refurbished one?
Not like an old refurbished one, because the thing is, those ones were inefficient. They were battery sucks. I don't need a tape deck system. I'm not doing cassette tapes.
Yeah.
But I really just want like a good speaker enclosure with a couple of good full range, accurate response, speakers. Nice clean little amplifier that'll actually, be able to rock the block or something like that.
And even, which we didn't utilize back in the day, those things did have like an 1/8-inch auxiliary in.
Right.
We never utilized that, but we should have. We could have, we could have taken an 1/8 inch from our Walkman and plugged it right into there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, anything.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I never did, but I should have.
I did.
Really?
Yeah. They worked pretty good, but I mean, they weren't terribly loud.
Yeah.
They were just more blaring.
But I have, I have
weren't
thought
good
about
speakers.
getting an old one, yes, for nostalgia's sake. I
don't think you can find the actual old ones.
No. Well, I bet you they're on eBay. I bet you they're on eBay, but I bet you they're expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Like what? All right, pop up your phone right now. Go to eBay. How do we put it in? Will we call it Boombox? Put in Panasonic Boombox 1989.
Siri, bring up eBay.
I'm going to guess they are there, and they're going to be $4.99. Like an old vintage item, like an old pinball machine. But it's going to be like, you know what I mean? Kind of like when we rediscovered the hacky sack. We couldn't believe how expensive they were.
I actually got one.
Yeah, the old boombox. Yeah, I'd say.
No, I'm going to search Ghetto Blasters. You search Boombox, you get those rounded off shelf systems.
Yeah. With the super bass. Ours didn't have super bass buttons on it. Yeah, yours. One of us had a Panasonic. One of us had a Sanyo. I think yours might have been a Sanyo.
I think mine was Sound Design. My brother had the Radio Shack one. That was all silver. Yeah. That did have the 1/8-inch jack in the back.
Yeah.
No, see, that's a shelf system.
Yeah.
That's a later one. There's a goofy little Sharp one for like $90.
They still have the radios on it? Yeah, that kind of looks like it. Yeah, that looks like a shitty version.
Yeah, I can't see that. But I didn't want to pull focus.
Huh.
But I don't know if it works or how well it works.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they have newer reissued ones, which
they do.
Yeah, and they have like USB
Here,
outs.
General Electric vintage 80s Ghetto Blaster Boombox, $450.
There we go. $450. Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, they're around, but it'll say like this one here. It's a Sharp Boombox Ghetto Blaster, tape not working, vintage 80s, AM radio pre-owned, $65.
With the tape deck not working, yeah.
But these are just the dumb little...
Because probably those roller heads and the bands and stuff like that for the cassettes probably break and get old and dry.
Oh yeah, they definitely stop. I mean, I still had my boombox when I moved out. When I moved out to Arizona.
You know what I did buy though is like, remember the little mini tape recorders? Like my grandfather gave me one, but I had the rectangular ones.
Oh yeah, the tabletop ones.
The table. I have one of those. I bought one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can still get those.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah, there's a lot of these kicking around for like $80, $90 and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't know what their functionality is on any of these.
Yeah,
and most of these are dumb-looking ones that aren't right. Vintage, new 1980s Sanyo boombox, AM/FM cassette, brand new, $900.
Jesus.
It's not even that crazy of one, like a good
and
one.
what would you use it for? I mean, when you think about it, you go, okay, you got the radio.
Because I don't actually want an old vintage one. Because it's old technology. It's not that good.
No.
They were mostly cheap and cheesy. And most of these are cheap and cheesy. They're quasi-shelf systems.
Yeah.
Where they're bordering on detachable speakers.
Oh, yeah. I hated the ones with detachable speakers because they never felt secure.
Yeah.
But the ones you and I used to carry around the neighborhoods.
But I guess these days they have the powered speakers like those JBL ones and those like round cannons or whatever.
Yeah. My kid will have she's got like a box she just carries around and Bluetooth from the phone. Sounds 200 times better than those things we used to carry around.
Yeah, but I just like having the box with some good speakers, because it's like, yeah, you can get a bunch of those things, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I like the look of them. There is something to be said about the look. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, because if it were just Bluetooth, if it were Bluetooth and then maybe on the back had like 1/8-inch input, maybe an XLR input, maybe a 1/4-inch stereo input just for fun, USB, just some jacks on the back for inputs if you need them, but mostly it's just Bluetooth.
You're right, and it was just kind of like a classic look.
Right, and you had a handle, solid box, good speakers,
Yeah, why don't they make a ghetto
clean,
blaster that's
efficient
like a
amp.
Bluetooth ghetto blaster, but it looks like an old one, and even have a fake cassette, have some lights on it or something like
They
that?
kind of do.
Yeah, I bet you they do.
Yeah, you can find it on Amazon.
Yeah, they probably sound all right.
That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if they sound good or not. That's the whole big question.
Yeah, because you and I have pretty good ears, so we know if something sounds bad, whereas the average person would be like, that sounds good to me, and I'm like, no, it's all tin, that sucks.
Yeah. Or it'll just be like that weird low mid woofy.
Yeah, that's weird.
So they call them woofers. It's like, well,
We used, yeah, like Tina's got one, like a nice little JBL thing, and when you put it on the kitchen counter, it sounds incredible. But if you're holding it in your hand, it doesn't sound that great. But it's just how it reverberates on the kitchen counter is just like, wow, this is killer.
well, I've seen ones that really what they give you is like a little cube that's got the little driver in it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put it on a hard surface like a glass table, and then it makes the glass table the
Yeah.
speaker.
Yeah.
You know, so it'll just resonate stuff.
Well, let's wrap it up. 121, and we got to do a Flicketty review. Hey, everybody, everyone's tuning in to Flicketty review too. That's going okay.
Yeah, Flicketty reviews a good time. It's always just fun to talk about the movies.
Quick one.
Yeah, there's so many movies that we're trying to watch and fit in that it's sometimes hard to choose just one for the week.
Yeah. Yeah, where it's turned into like real life. You ever like spend so much time? I spend more time looking for a movie on Netflix than I do actually watching movies on Netflix.
Yeah, that's why I just try and throw stuff into my list, and I'll go to my list first. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, the other day, her and I sat there and literally for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, watched trailers. Or you know how you just hover over it and it starts playing the
just
example?
on the Netflix?
Yeah.
You know what?
And you just keep scrolling and just, we're watching the example. And sometimes we go, I know what that's about. Okay, move on, watch the next one. You know,
Yeah, that's what I did when I put all that stuff on my list on
we're
Netflix.
just hovering.
Yeah, like last week or the week before, it was a lot of like you pull something up, you look at it, you scroll down, and it's got more like this.
Yeah.
And then you can click on one of those, and it takes you to another page, watch the trailer, more like this.
But there's even the part where you don't even have to click on the trailer. You just hover over it, and it just plays like a minute and a half of whatever part of it, you know?
Yeah.
I get sucked into that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's super annoying because I don't want it to do that.
No, I know. Sometimes they give you too much. I hate when they give you too much. I'm tired of the trailer that gives you too much.
Oh, the trailers that give you, well. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Or the example that'll give you too much. I've had examples give you a whole ton of things, and you'd be like, oh my God, what, I don't even need to watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing?
All right,
we're out. We're out.
All right, hit like, hit subscribe, leave us a comment. Go to our merch store. It pops up on the screen. Like and subscribe, the usual stuff. Thanks for watching all the way through, and tell a friend.
Yo, yo.